Hello students, welcome back to Thermal classes. Look at another one. Suppose if I ask you that find the largest power of 6 that can divide 10 factorial. Let's take the simple number, so 10 factorial. Suppose if I take the 10 factorial, of course we can do this procedure. Before that we'll just go for the general method again. So which means that conventionally how do we find out? So let's take a simple number 10 factorial. Suppose if I ask you the question as, so find the largest power of 6 that can divide 10 factorial. How do we do it normally? I mean by using the general method or conventional method. So 10 factorial means that how do you write the 10 factorial? 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, right? This is 10 factorial, right? Say how many times we are using number 6 here. How many times we are using number 6 here. If you just glance at the product of 10 factorial here, so I can see number 6 directly, right? Yes, we had one of the options like 6. But is it the only number 6 we have in the complete product of 10 factorial? No. We have some other numbers which will get a combination of 6. Which means that, suppose if I take this number. So anyway, 6 means that how do we form number 6? So can we write as a product of any two different numbers or three different numbers, any number of terms? Can we write 6 as a product of different numbers? Yes, absolutely we can write. So that is what? 2 into 3. 2 into 3. So which means that wherever I have the combination numbers of 2 and 3, then we can go for it, right? So where do we have it? So let's take this one. So 2 into 5. And now my interest is to look for the numbers of 2 and 3. So here I can write 10 as what? 2 into 5. But I don't require 5. I don't take the number 5. Only I am taking number 2. Now suppose if I have 3. Yes, I can use 3 for 2 times. So I am only interested in the numbers of 2 and 3. Okay, I can pick the numbers. I could pick the numbers of 2 and 3 only. I don't require other numbers. 8 means that again. So I can write it as 2 into 2 into 2. Where else I can write 6? I mean 2 and 3 combination or 2 and 3. So here I have. And for 4 means that again I can use 2 and 2, 3 and 2. What I am doing here is, so in the complete product of 10 factorial, I am looking for the number of 2's and number of 3's. Why? Because 6 means that it is not simply 6. Okay. So 6 means that there are different combinations. By different combinations we'll get 6. So what is that combination? Yes, 6 into 2 into 3 will give you that number 6. Which means that wherever I have the combination of 2 and 3, I can pick one 6 from it, right? Now you tell me that how many 6 we are using here. Suppose if you take this one, 2 and 3. So this is one combination, right? Where else we have? Yes, I have another pair of 3 and 2. I can use another 6 here. I have another pair, 2 into 3. So here I have 1. And now I have another pair. So 2 into 3, 1. So 2 into 3 will give you that 6. 2 into 3 again. So from these 2 into 3, 2 numbers will get 6. Again from this 2 and 3 will get 6. Again from this 2 and 3 I'll get 6, right? So which means that how many times number 6 is using in the complete product of 10 factorial? Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. So which means that how many times? 4 times. How many times we are using number 6 in 10 factorial? So the answer is 4 times. Okay. Now we can do the problem by using factorization method. By using factorization. Let's look at this 10 factorial. Now I take it directly. So suppose if I take directly with 6, because 10 factorial, 6 in 10 factorial, right? So which means that I have to divide this 10 with the number 6. When I divide this with 10, so 6 1 just 6 only. So 1 can't be divided with 6, which means that what is the answer we'll get? 1. But if you do it conventionally or if you do it normally, so what is the answer we got? 4. But if you are applying the factorization method, we'll get answer is what? 1, which is wrong, right? Why it happened? Because you have to remember one point here. When we have this kind of model questions will be asked in the exam, Okay, whenever you see this kind of questions in the exam, like maximum power of something, some number in factorial, some factorial, or the largest power of some number that can divide with another factor. For this kind of questions, so you always make sure that the given number here, this given number must be a prime number only. Must be a prime number only. Suppose if you look for the previous problem, so here which number we have? 11. 11 is which number? Prime number. And for the previous number, what is the number we are taking here? 7. 7 is a prime number, right? Next, for the previous number, for the previous problem, we have the number 5. Yes, which means that again it is a prime number. Now you see the next, previous one. Again I have the number what? 3. So 3 is again what? A prime number. So what is the number we are using here? So 2, which means that whatever the problems we have done till now, all the problems here, so for all these problems, the maximum power of prime number we are supposed to do it. So that's why we don't get any problem. But here, when I take the number 6, 6 is not a prime number. 6 is not a prime number. 6 is a composite number, right? Which means that whenever we have a composite number here, which is not a prime number, then you must remember one point. Immediately you should write this number as a product of different prime numbers. Okay, immediately if this number is not a prime number, write that number as a product of prime number. So how do you write number 6 as a product of prime numbers? Yes, you can write it as 2 into 3, right? This is the only prime numbers product we have for the number 6, right? So now what we have to do is, so just take 10. So now you have to divide 10 with both 2 and 3. Please remember, once again I repeat and I reiterate that, so when we have a composite number here, so we should not divide the given factorial term directly with that number. Immediately you have to take that number as a product of prime numbers, and then you have to divide the given number, this number, factorial number, with these numbers separately, with the prime numbers only. What are the prime numbers we have now here? 2 and 3. So which means that you take, so you divide 10 with 2 first, 2 5s, 2 2s, 2 1s, right? Now which means that same procedure except 5, the remaining numbers is what? 8. Now the next thing is I have to divide the same 10 with which number? 3. So 3 3s are 9, so 3 1s. Except this number, what is the sum of the remaining numbers? 4. Now what is your final answer? See what happens in the product of 6. In the product of 6, so what we are taking is, it is a combination of 2 and 3. When you take the combination of 2 and 3, when you take the combination, let's see this. When you take the combinations of 2 and 3, suppose let's take that 2 and 3. I had to take both the numbers, right? Both the numbers means that I should have both the number 2 and 3. I cannot take simply one number. I should take both the numbers, that is 2 and 3. So which means that, so in this complete product, actually if you see this, so we have, how many 2's we have? I'll write it again. So 2 into 5 here, 3 into 3, here 2 into 2 into 2, here 2 into 3, here 2 into 2, and for this number 3, and for this number 2. So I require both the numbers, that is 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3. Okay. So how many number of 2's we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many number of 3's we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay, now what is your final answer? See, I require both the numbers, right? 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3. So 8 numbers means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 3 4's means that, 4 3's means that I require both the numbers, means that I should take this one, I should take this one, I should take this one, I should take this one. Okay, even though I have more number of 2's, I don't consider it. So because I need to get 6, so from where do I get 6? So from 2 into 3 only. So if I have both the numbers 2 and 3, then only I will get that. So 2 into 3, 2 into 3, 2 into 3, 2 into 3. So which means that whichever the number we have, minimum number of times will appear, that is your final answer, right? Because 3 appears 4 times, 2 appears 8 times. Even though it appears 8 times, even though it is appearing 4 times, since we require both the numbers, so we always take this number, whichever the number will give you the minimum number, isn't it? So which means that after finding out the number, after dividing the given number with both 2 and 3, whichever the number will give you the minimum, whichever the number will give you the minimum, that is your final answer. Out of 8 and 4, so what is the minimum number? 4 is the minimum number, right? So your final answer is what? Your final answer is 4. So next problem is find the largest power of 14 that can divide 88 factorial. See 14, see always you just see this number. So what is this number? This number 14 is which number? It is not a prime number. So always make sure that this number must be a prime number. If it is not a prime number, just write this number as a product of prime numbers. So 14 is not a prime number, then how do we write it as a product of prime numbers? As 14 means that you can write it as 2 into 7, right? 14 means that what? 2 into 7. So both 2 and 7 are what? So prime numbers. As I already told you that, so out of these two given numbers, so whichever the maximum value, so what is the maximum value? Out of these two prime numbers, the maximum value is 7. So maximum number will always give you the minimum value. So that's why we can directly divide the given factorial with the maximum number. So I should divide 88 with which number? 88 with 7. So 7 1 just 7 and 7 2 and 7 1 just 7, right? Okay, now so what is the final answer? Except this number, the sum of the remaining numbers. So 12 plus 1 is what? 13. But you must remember that, so while after writing the given number as product of prime numbers, the powers must be same. The powers must be same. Then only we can take the maximum number directly. So if the powers are not same, then we should not directly divide the number with the maximum number, because in that case we will get the different answer. That we'll see in the coming problems, right? So as of now, so we first always observe this number. So what is this number? This number is 14. 14 is not a prime number. See, always make sure that this number must be a prime number. So the prime number only can be divided as a remaining any factorial number. So here 14 can be written as what? 2 into 7. So 2 into 7 means that out of these two numbers, which is the maximum number? 7 is the maximum number. So I divide the given factorial with the number what? 7. So the final answer is what? 13. Let's look at another one. So find the largest power of 39. Find the largest power of 39 that can divide 400 factorial. So 39 means that, again 39 is not a prime number, right? So how do we write that 39 as a product of prime numbers? Yes. So tables are very important. So 39 means that, so 39 can divide with by which number? So what idea comes to your mind when you see the number 39? So 39 is nothing but what? 13 3s are 39, right? So the number is what? 13 into 3. So after writing the given number as a product of prime numbers, the given factorial must be divided with which number? If the powers are same, the powers are what? 1 on. So I can directly divide the number with the maximum number. What is the maximum number? The maximum number is 13. Okay, so 13 3s are 39 and then 0. 13 30s are 400. As I told you that, so remainder is not important for us. So only simply we take the quotient part, right? So 13 2s are 26. Now accept this given number, the sum of the remaining numbers is your final answer. 30 plus 2 is what? 32. So the final answer is what? 32. Just write the given number as product of prime numbers. It can be 2 numbers, it can be 3 numbers, prime numbers product, 4 numbers, prime numbers, product. It can be any number of prime numbers product, but that number must be a prime number. It must be in the form of prime numbers only. Okay. So and after that, if the powers are same, then you can simply divide with the largest number among them, right?